Welcome back, everyone. Good to have you with us again for another chance to cruise away with Derek and Joe. Now, in this show, we're sailing with one of our all-time favourites, Princess Cruises, on some of their many exciting adventures next year. Let's get some dates in the diary and go exploring.
Yes, we've got the Hawaiian Islands calling in March on the Ruby Princess, and we're off to the gorgeous fjords of Norway and the Med for a dream away for July too, with a stay in London. All of which we can top off with the excellent Princess Plus package to take care of even more that the ship has to offer.
First up though, let's head to a very lively part of the world right now when it comes to the natural wonders of volcanic activity.
Ooh.
And combine that with the stunning scenery of Norway's fjords in a 20-night getaway for the 30th of May next year. Which actually isn't that far away if you think about it. We're going to fly you first from Sydney over to London in the UK, into the capital. Enjoy 3 nights there over the May Day bank holiday in London in a hotel. And there'll be lots going on in the capital to enjoy. Something the Brits love is a bank holiday, an extra day off.
Yes.
And that means there's lots of fun going on over there.
There's lots of fun and things are still open. You know, all the attractions are still open there for you. The lovely thing about London is you've got so much to see and do in the city. I mean, you could be there 2 weeks and not even touch the surface. But just a short train journey away, you've got places like Brighton, which is full of the seaside charm and very eclectic as well, with great history. You've got Windsor as well, which is known, of course, the place where Harry and Meghan got married, also the official residency of the royal family. That's brilliant. And in town, I mean, Churchill war rooms as well, if you want to learn a little bit about the history of you know, Blitz time London. There's Liberty for a spot of shopping if you want some luxury. So much to enjoy in London town. Then we're down to Southampton and it's time for us to cruise to Iceland and the Norwegian fjords in style on the Emerald Princess for 14 fabulous nights. Love it. I tell you what, this is a real top-selling itinerary around the world. Everybody loves the fjords, and doing it on a cruise ship is the only, in my opinion, the only way to do it, because it takes the outdoors indoors and the indoors outdoors. When you're on the fjords, you're kind of up there on deck with a beautiful cocktail, glass of wine, you know, coffee in hand, just gawping at this awe-inspiring scenery. There's nothing quite like it. And what I really love about Princess as well is they always go for regional specialties. Like they will, you know, with wine pairings and dishes, it will be on theme for your itinerary, and also on theme for the different parts of the US, because it's a US cruise line where they source some of the best wines. You can do wine tastings, you can do beer tastings, you can do flair bartending lessons, and loads of other fun things on board. You know, you might be able to go and learn how to do scrapbooking, create your own digital online scrapbook, or, you know, do your daily quiz and bingo. There's lots of ways to keep your mind engaged whilst you're on holiday too, which I love about, particularly about Princess.
And don't forget, you can also just unwind, relax, be horizontal, finally get that book that you've had on the shelf for how many years? Finally get it read. So if there's 2 of you and one of you is more active than the other, cruise is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to find each other. You all wear these kind of medallions on board. They get you in and out of the stateroom, so you don't have to, you know, one person guarding the key and all that kind of stuff. You don't have any of that. You can charge to the bars and the spa and things like that with it as well. And it makes it very easy to find each other. So if one of you is a bit more get up and go, and one of you is a bit more sit down and stop, not a problem whatsoever. But your evening, you can write the story every evening, and you can have so many different choices every night on your cruise. As Joe says, this is a very, very scenic, wonderful sights cruise. So let's set off from Southampton.
Yes, a day at sea sees us into Stavanger in Norway, where you can go and view the Sword in the Rock monument, 3 giant cross Viking swords commemorating King Harold's unification in 872. So we're talking thousands of years of Viking history in these ports. Then it's time for Skjolden, which is in the heart of the fjords, and your gateway to a real world of wonder. Lush green beauty, beautiful mountains, incredible fjords that are kilometers kilometres long. It abounds with treasures, thundering waterfalls. Then we are on into Olden, a real impressive port for travellers. They've got some wonderful hikes here, and home to American landscape artist William H. Singer as well. So you've got this incredible landscape. Then it's Alisund. Some of the tours here you might want to do include the islands of Gecko and Godoy, or step back in time and walk through Alisund with the best coffee experiences. They're known for their coffee, by the way, in Norway, interestingly enough. Then we're into Akureyri in Iceland, land of fire and ice, land of the Vikings, Norse mythology, history, incredible glaciers, geothermal wonders. This offers so much for the traveller. Then it's Isafjordur, known for its dramatic landscapes and lovely wooden houses with the corrugated tin roofs. Now, there are great glaciers in Iceland as well, so when you're picking your excursion, whether it's adventurous or low-key, you're going to see some geothermal wonders for sure. Next up, we're into Grundarfjörður, and this is one of the oldest settlements on Iceland, and has an immense amount of cultural treasures. Norse mythology again is going to be a firm point of focus when you go on these tours, of course. Then it's Reykjavik, the capital, where you must, if you can, visit the geothermal fields and Blue Lagoon. You can actually do a tour that combines both of them. There's the Godafoss waterfall as well to see whilst you're there. You're going to fall in love with Reykjavik. A few days at Sea Seas is back into Southampton, where you'll disembark, and included is your transfer from Southampton to the airport for your flight home to Sydney, Australia. There's a little overview.
And that geothermal activity up near Reykjavik has been very lively lately as well, hasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Didn't it open up a fissure of something like 1.5 kilometres or something recently? So there's active geothermal activity and sometimes unpredictable activity happening in that part of the world all the time. And that makes it even the more exciting, actually, to go and visit, because this is really such a getaway of different contrasts. Now, in our Dream Away package, we include the flight from Sydney over to London to enjoy 3 nights there in a hotel over that fantastic May Day weekend. And then you'll have 2 weeks of cruising on Emerald Princess from Southampton, exploring the fjords of Norway. And you're doing it at eye level when you're on the ship as well. It's not like being in a kayak or a canoe where you're right down there. You're right up there, eye to eye, with the beautiful scenery and waterfalls. You are going to love it. And then you're cruising on to Iceland, including that day in the capital in Reykjavik too. We'll transfer you from the end of the cruise in Southampton to the airport in London for your flight back to Sydney. And your price tag for the whole jolly lot is incredible. I tell you what, our team, as soon as these itineraries are released, we are on it, getting the packages booked and reserved for you so we can keep the prices as super low as this. It's an amazing holiday. You've got 2 weeks of cruising included in that, and your flights and the stay in London. It's amazing. Right, here's the 2 ways to upgrade your experience. First of all, your stateroom. So our price obviously is based on interior stateroom. If you want to head up to ocean view, up to the fresh air and the doors of the balcony for the best views of the fjords in Iceland, you've got the price there, and also the suite price too. You can also upgrade with Princess Plus and add a drinks package, Wi-Fi, and so much more, like room service, fitness classes, extra dining and more. $65 per person per day gets you a drinks package with drinks up to a $22 value, which, you know, it's worth its weight in gold. That's 3 drinks and it's paid for itself that day in just drinks alone. It's ridiculous. So call us right now if you've got any questions whatsoever. 1300 412 358 is the telephone number to dial. And as I say, so much included on that. What will be a very interesting cruise as well, because Iceland is spectacular for actually getting up close to the experiences, and then Norway is just so charming, sailing through the fjords as well. They're absolutely stunning. You've got to see them. Right, let's move on, and we're heading stateside next, and we're cruising the Hawaiian Islands with their incredible landscapes and wonders to explore. Now, we're going to start 22 nights on the 16th of March. That's soon, right? It's really going to come around really quickly. And we fly first from Sydney over to the Californian coast of the United States to San Francisco, and we're going to stay and explore here for 3 fabulous nights in a hotel. A city, again, full of attractions. You know, again, like you were saying in London, you know, 3 nights in San Francisco will just be the start of the story, really, won't it?
Absolutely. And you can actually visit some iconic movie filming destinations. The incredible, you know, cable car that runs through San Francisco on the hillside is iconic. You have Golden Gate Park and Golden Gate Bridge to visit. Union Square for great shopping, like all of your favorite big name brand stores are there. But equally, you've got the charming markets that San Francisco is known for. And you've got to visit Chinatown, some of the best Chinese cuisine you will ever experience in your life. Love it. There's Pier 88 right downtown there, and that's also got a great little market. It's just an incredible city. It really is. Sacramento's not too far away as well, and there's some wonderful wineries. Again, you've got Napa, and again, that's doable in a few hours. But look, it's time for us to cruise, and this one is very special. It's actually one of my favorite itineraries, the Hawaiian itinerary. And you're going to be on board on this lovely vessel for 16 nights. Yeah, 16 nights, that's great. Longer than 2 weeks. That's my kind of cruise. And on Princess, you know you are in the best possible hands when it comes to cruising. The Princess ships as well are also very seasoned at this itinerary. They are known for their Hawaiian itineraries. So that means every day is going to be planned down to a T for you when it comes to the crossing. As your days at sea, I mean, well, they'll fly by, but there's also so much to keep you occupied. Other than just lounging in the sunshine, of course, which I know so many people want to do, you can actually get a lovely massage poolside in a cabana, in your very own cabana. Maybe you can head up to, and it's all closed off and private, you can head on up to the spa for your choice of treatments. And of course, there's things like fire and ice pedicure, manicure, hot stone massages, Thai poultice massages. You've got inothermy, acupressure, acupuncture, treatments, haircuts, full cut and colour, you name it.
It's a good job. A good job that this is 16 nights, really, isn't it? You've got good batches of sea days together as well. And sea days are amazing, by the way, because they are the days where you can indulge in all of those treatments that you've just been hearing about there, which all sound pretty lovely. I'm not so sure about a pedicure. I don't think I need one of those, but...
Oh, you do.
Hey, a rub down from the neck down is never a bad thing, is it? But your accommodation is wonderful. There are plenty of activities and things to do on board the ship. Or conversely, as Joe was saying there, you're in the Hawaiian Islands here and sailing around them. So why not just spend that time lavishing, languishing, catching up, just relaxing, enjoying the live game shows. I mean, entertainment isn't just an evening thing, happens during the day as well. There are various different things that happen during the day. One of the highlights, of course, is movies under the stars of an evening as well. So being up there on a lounger top deck, nice warm evening, blanket over you, popcorn in one hand, watching a film. Here we go, 16 nights then out of San Francisco.
Yes, after some days at sea, we'll head into Hilo, which is on Big Island in the state of Hawaii. It's known for its volcanoes, national park, and rainbow falls. If you can do a bike tour, I'd highly recommend it on Hilo. I loved mine. You get to see the thermal geysers. Then it's Honolulu, the capital of the Hawaiian Islands, Oahu, the island, for Pearl Harbor, day trip there, absolutely. Hanauma Bay for some of the best snorkeling you've ever seen, and also beautiful Waikiki Beach and all the shopping and surfing right there. Then it's Nawili on the island of Kauai, which is much more low-key. I love the contrast between the Hawaiian Islands. Honolulu's more bustling, Kauai's more low-key. It's full of lush greenery and natural beauty, including those waterfalls, which are unforgettable. Next up, we're into Kaului, which is Kona, actually, is the town we're going to be into on Maui. Absolutely beautiful. The Lau Valley State Park there, the Ocean Center, Front Street boasts great shopping on Maui as well. Then it's Ensenada. We're going to be in Mexico. La Bufadora Giza, that's the blowhole. It's a natural phenomenon. There's a market right by it as well, where you can pick up your Taxco sterling silver and your spices and things like that. Also known for their wines. They're up and coming at the moment, Ensenada wines. Then we're into San Francisco. You'll disembark. You'll spend a further night in San Fran, which is brilliant. So you might want to visit some of the surrounding areas I mentioned earlier on, like Sacramento, as you have that extra night, or maybe just decompress and relax, do a spot of shopping. The outlets are fantastic in California, before you head home to Sydney. And of course, end-to-end flights are included. Your stays are included. Your first stay in San Fran at the beginning of the itinerary, your final stay at the end, and this magnificent Hawaiian itinerary, finishing off in Mexico before you head back to San Fran.
It's a great little holiday, this, isn't it? Well, I say little holiday, it's quite a big holiday actually, isn't it? Just over 3 weeks. Very, very nice indeed. And the best thing about it, you haven't got to wait long. Because if you look at the date of this, look. I mean, look at where we are in the year right now. I know, right? So it's time to get this in the diary, and it's not long to wait for it either. 22 nights in all. Included your flight from Sydney over to San Francisco, the first day there, which is 3 nights in a hotel, then that lovely 16-night cruise on the Ruby Princess around the Hawaiian Islands and Mexico as well, ending the cruise back in San Francisco, another night in a hotel there, and the flight back to Sydney. And I tell you what, again, our team have come up trumps. This is what 25 years plus travel experience looks like. Not only have we got you an incredible price tag, but we've got you the best deal in the business as well, because we don't just deal with the cruise lines, we deal with the airlines, we deal with the hotel brands as well, and we use our collective buying power to get you bigger discounts. It's as simple as that. We get the discount, we pass it on to you. It's as simple as that. $5,399 per person. Amazing, right? Here's the 2 ways to upgrade on this offer then. First of all, your stateroom on board, going up to Ocean View, balcony and suite. I would recommend a balcony on this sailing actually, because it's quite a nice way to start your day. It's quite a nice way to end your day actually, out on the balcony, having a nice little nightcap or a coffee or whatever, and just, even if it's dark, just, you know, listening to the ocean wave. And it will be quite gentle, I would imagine, in this part of the world as well. It's going to be lovely, but it's also a nice way to start your day. Nice coffee, maybe some room service breakfast out on your balcony as well. If you want to upgrade and add a drinks package, add Princess Plus. $65 per person per day gets you a full and plus beverage package, which is drinks up to $22 value drinks, which is so good. But on top of that, also gives you unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, premium desserts, more dining, fitness classes, room service with no extra charges. And also there's something called Ocean Now Delivery, where you wear this little chip coin that gets you in and out of the stateroom, but it also knows where you are. So you can order food and drink on the app wearing your chip coin, and it gets delivered to the very spot you are at. So maybe you found a cozy little corner on the ship that you're calling your own. Well, you can literally there and then literally pick up your phone, order food or drink on the app, and it comes to you. You don't have to tell anyone where you are. The app knows exactly the spot on the ship where you are. It's so clever, it really is. It's just another one of the game-changing things that Princess offer, which just means that you have a no-stress holiday. It's as simple as that. You can use the app to see how busy or not the restaurants are on board the ship in real time. So you can kind of go when you want to. It's just superb. Yeah, it is. It's kind of ahead of its time. In fact, the rest of the cruise industry apps are kind of playing catch up on that. Princess were way ahead of everyone else in that respect. So good. Right. Now, there's nothing better than a cruise to show you just how many places you can see in one journey. So we're now going to combine the serene calm of the fjords in Norway with the iconic locations in the Mediterranean, including Barcelona and Rome. Now, we begin this package, which is 27 awesome nights, on the 29th of July next year. And we're flying from Sydney over to London again. London in the UK, we've got a 3-night hotel stay there, London calling. And we've got 3 nights in a hotel there. And it is the back end of July, so you're talking about the peak summer season in London. Breakfast included at your hotel as well. So plenty of time for you to explore and enjoy the capital.
Well, you've got to do an afternoon tea while you're there. Maybe
yes.
Claridge's, the Ritz, Sketch,
Savoy.
the Savoy. Yeah. I mean, they're all going to be so good. Fortnum's.
Yes.
I tell you what, I've tried many of them and they're all spectacular.
Very nice.
And maybe a river cruise of the Thames. Then it's down to Southampton, where you're going to board the lovely Sky Princess for 21 nights. And as you mentioned, we're heading not just to Norway, but the Med. You don't often see that combination in an itinerary, so that's brilliant because it's a back-to-back cruise. So you are getting 2 great cruises on top of each other. other, with two of the best places to visit in Europe. So that's great. And this is a brilliant ship. And this is also something that was launched very recently and just in 2019. So you've got all the bells and whistles and hallmarks of the upgrades to Princess, including, like you were mentioning before, the medallion program, which just makes life so much easier on board. You can carry this medallion around. They even sell jewelry for it. Like you can buy a little wristlet to put your medallion in, or a necklace to put your medallion in. So it stops you having to, you know, get the card out. And also it interacts with the screens around the ship.
Also, it's waterproof, so you can just clip it to your, you know, your shorts or your bathing costume or whatever. Bathing costume, that sounded so old-fashioned, didn't it? And then get into the pool with it and whatever. It's a lot, you know, it feels a lot safer as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so clever. It means that you can go to the bar next to the pool and order a drink without having to carry around paraphernalia.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, the less that we've got to lose or worry about on a cruise, the better. Because if you're on holiday, you're kind of, I don't know if you're like me, your brain kind of
switches off.
Exactly.
Yeah, you lose things so easily, don't you?
Yes, because you're relaxed, and that's a good thing. Oh, look at the villas. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Enclave. This is a very exclusive thermal suite that you can get a pass for when you're on board, and it's a great thing to do after a day's exploring and sightseeing. You know, to go and enjoy the thermal suite. If you do want to treat yourself to an amazing suite whilst you're on board the ship, though, you have got lots of bells and whistles that come along with it, including your concierge service. Now, there's the iconic Sea Walk, which has drops that go 200 meters down to the sea below, and this beautiful piazza, which is inspired by the terrazzas in Italy. You've got lots going on in the piazza, including kind of street performances. You've got pop-up food venues and all kinds of fun things like that.
You love it.
The shows, though, award-winning.
Oh, next level.
Yeah, they're known for it. And you'll have a different show every night. You'll have the featured cast, you'll have specialty acts that are flown on board. So we're cruising out of Southampton and we're heading off to Haugesund first in fabulous Norway, where you can either just stroll the back streets and enjoy and get a flair and feel for the area, or you can take one of the featured shore excursions that show you kind of the best of the area or the best of the region, depending on what you fancy. Then we're into Skjolden, and just look at those landscapes. I mean, they just are so beautiful. The lush green against the crisp blue of the glaciers and the fjords are unforgettably unique. There's a llama farm to visit there. I do love llamas, they're so cute. Then we're on into Olden, known for the Briksdal Glacier. So if you want to see an actual glacier, this is the one to do it in. Lovely church there as well. You can do a highlights tour which combines the best of everything. If you're kind of wondering what should you do. Then we're back into Southampton for the day. Now, you're not too far from by train from Bath here, or other parts of the UK, so hop up on a train journey or maybe back into London to enjoy the UK. Then we're on to Vigo in Spain, in Galicia, the lovely lush green region of Spain. Now, you're not far from Santiago de Compostela, which is the famed medieval pilgrim destination with the grave of St. John the Baptist. You can visit that by tour. Then it's Barcelona, the culture capital of Spain, with so much to visit. Do a tour if you can. The best of Barcelona would be the one to do there. And you can see Parque Güell, Sagrada Familia, and so much more whilst you're there in Barcelona. Then we're on to Toulon in France, which is a very charming area of Provence. You have got the art museum. Stroll the back streets again to get the flavour of this part of the world. But if you want to take a tour to learn about the wine regions, that would be my recommendation here. Then it's Livorno in Italy. Now, there's a stopping off point here for so much. Leaning Tower of Pisa and Florence are the two top ones. So you've got to get your selfie with the Tower of Pisa, but you might want to head into Florence and see the birth of Venus in the Uffizi Gallery in the Ponte Vecchio. Then it is the gateway to Rome, Civitavecchia, gateway to Rome for hundreds of years. The Pantheon, the Colosseum, Vatican City, the Spanish Steps. So much awaits you in the Eternal City. And yes, you could do it in a day for sure. Then we're on to Alghero in Sardinia. Now, Sardinia has a lovely change of pace from the rest of Italy. It's very relaxing, beautiful beaches. You've got the ancient ruins there to visit as well, and superb food, of course, being Italy. So we're back into Southampton where we'll disembark. We've included your transfer back to the airport where we'll fly you back to Sydney, Australia after this immense adventure, taking in the first part of your voyage, of course, that stay in London, followed by some of the hot spots in Norway and the fjords. Don't forget the scenic cruising there is going to be amazing. Into the north of Spain for its lush green beauty, then traversing down to Barcelona, France, Italy, Sardinia, and finishing off back in the UK before we fly you home.
And we can book the whole thing today with a low deposit as well. I'm going to give you the price tag of this straight away because the value here is exceptional. I mean, look at the length of the holiday. You've just been through the incredible ranges of places that we go to on this, up to the scenic fjords of Norway and across the Med too. 6,799 per person with a low deposit to actually secure the places today, which is incredible. I know there's a lot of Brits are already booked onto these cruises. It's actually 2 cruise itineraries together on this one. So I would say the sooner you can book, the better. And I'm just saying that in your interest, not in our interest, it's in your interest to guarantee the place because this is a really varied trip. Let's have a look at the upgrades as well. So if you want to upgrade your stateroom up from interior up to the ocean view, the balcony, or the suite, and there is so much included in this trip. Remember your flight from Sydney over to London, 3 nights bed and breakfast in a hotel in London, and then 3 weeks of cruising on the Sky Princess from Southampton to the Norwegian fjords and then across France, Spain and Italy, including the ports for Rome and Barcelona, back into Southampton. Then we transfer you from Southampton to the airport in London for your flight back to Sydney. Incredible, really, if you think about it, for that price tag. And if you want to upgrade to a package that includes drinks while you're on the cruise, here's how good it can be. With Princess, one of the easiest decisions to make. $65 per person per day, full plus drinks package. That's drinks up to $22 value, which is just amazing. You've got unlimited Wi-Fi for a device. You've got premium desserts, fitness classes, extra dining at no charge, room service with no delivery charges, Ocean Now delivery, which delivers food or drink to the very spot you are on the ship with no extra delivery charges there for you. It's like the ship version of, you know, Just Eat or Uber Eats or that kind of things. You know what I mean? It's absolutely brilliant. And such good value as well. I mean, it's just incredible. They are one of the biggest cruise companies to sail with one of the biggest reputations out there as well. And these ships, as Joe said before, the Sky Princess is one of the newest ships in her fleet as well. And there are many, many more. We've got all of the offers, by the way, for all of the Princess cruise ships, whether you want to cruise around the world or, you know, wherever you want to go, Princess can take you there. They're all on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. So go and have a little scout about.
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots to scout about on the website for sure. And remember, we have the pay later option too. So if you are planning for your cruises in the future, put that deposit down and then you've got until the due date to be able to make the payments, which is a brilliant option for us to get planning on future cruising and travel.
Yeah, that means we can get more in the diary. Right, talking to the diary, we have to go. We're here every day, 10 in the morning and 1 and 4 in the afternoon on Gecko. So come back soon and see us cruise away again.
Ciao for now.